Stop waiting and make a change now. So many of us wait till the right moment. So many of us think that the right moment's gonna come along with anything in life. Maybe buying a house, starting a family, getting that perfect car that you've wanted for years, moving to the beach like I've done behind me. There's never a right time. There will never be a right time. Things constantly come up. Maybe you have a new bill that you didn't expect. Maybe, the roof on the house needs to be replaced. Maybe something comes up that's catastrophic to what you've been planning for. I'm standing here telling you there's never going to be a right time. There's never going to be a right time for you to start that business. There's never going to be a right time for you to take that leap of faith. Things are constantly changing, and you need to reevaluate what you're doing. You need to make a determination and make a choice that you're gonna go ahead and do what you need to succeed. That realize that you need to take that leap of faith, because ultimately you're the one in control. No one else. No one else is gonna be standing here allowing you to, just start working for yourself. And is there, like I said, ever going to be a right time? What are you going to do? Come up with an amount and say, oh, when I make my first $1,000 a month, I'm going to go ahead and start working for myself. Or, oh, I'm going to wait until I have 20 clientele base and then go ahead and start working for myself. I'm standing here telling you there will never be a right time. You need to put your all into it. And you need to work hard and hustle to make sure that you give it your all, so that way you do make sure you succeed. Because ultimately, there will never be a right time. There will never be a perfect scenario that you are able to, like I said, start, or you will just continue to make excuses for yourself like so many of us do. We're like, oh, I'm gonna wait until next week because, next week sounds like a good time to do it, because I'll have, vacation time saved up that I can utilize that for so long. And there's just so many factors that so many people give themselves excuses. And that's ultimately what the problem is. You're giving yourself an excuse to continue to wait, because there will never be a right time. There will never be the perfect scenario. You need to go out and take that leap of faith and decide that you're going to have enough drive and determination to make sure you do succeed. Because ultimately, it is your job to do what you need to be successful. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting. Stop taking time to think that there's going to be the perfect time. There will not be. I owned a business back in Pennsylvania around 8 months ago, thinking that there was going to be the perfect time to move south. Thinking that, hey, in 5 years, I have a plan to go ahead and move south, sell the business, sell everything that I have, all of our assets, and go ahead and move south. But something came up, something like COVID-19. COVID-19 was something that my wife and I never planned for, thinking that, oh, in 5 years, we're going to sell the business that we had built, making 7 figures a year, and decided that we were going to go ahead and sell all of that to move south, because that's ultimately where we wanted to be. We were tired of the cold Pennsylvania winters. We were tired of the snow, tired of shoveling and so forth, but constantly making excuses that 5 years from now we're going to sell the business, or we're going to move south, and it'll be the perfect time. My daughter won't be in school anymore, in elementary school anymore, and it'll be the perfect time for us to move south, so let's go ahead and do it then. But guess what? COVID-19 came, and we had to close our business. We had to close our business for 4 to 5 months, because our governor stated that we needed to close because that's what we needed to do to help with the curve. Am I saying that that's something that should have not been done? Not necessarily. I understand that nobody knew what was going on and it was the best idea or best option at the time. I look at some of the states like Florida that we live in now that was closed for 2 months and it continues to stay open. And yes, the COVID case count may be higher than Pennsylvania, but that's also 12 million people compared to almost 22 million people. So of course we're going to have a little bit more COVID case count with over 10 million people more. That being said, I made excuses thinking there's going to be a perfect time. And like I said, there's no perfect time. Look, we had to close our business, shut our doors, that we had a business that was open for 8 years, very successful business that was giving back to the community and doing all that it could to help support the community with fundraisers that we did, a 5K and a 10K, and waiting for the perfect time to move south. And then something came up and drastically changed our outcome in what we expected. We expected to sell our business for upwards of 6 to 7 figures. We expected to be able to move down to Florida and not think about having to work, or I shouldn't say not thinking about having to work, but having to work on the next chapter as quickly, having more things set up for us, that life would have been a little bit easier. But things happen. And that's why I'm telling you, stop waiting, stop thinking that there will be a perfect time. You know, whether it be, oh, I've been thinking about shooting YouTube videos, whether it be, oh, I've been thinking about starting a business, I've been thinking about going back to school to become a doctor or a nurse, whatever it may be. Stop making excuses for yourself and go out and do it. Go out and do it now. You know, if you're watching this and you're thinking about signing up for school, go out and sign up for school. Don't continue to wait and think that there's going to be a perfect time. If anything, take out a piece of paper and do this. Do this. Write down cons and pros. Write down why you should go to school, and write down the cons to it as well. You know, the pros on I'll make more money at this position, I'll have more free time, whatever it may be, whatever your pros are, go out and write down those pros and then write down the cons. And I'm telling you right now, if you have more pros on that list than cons, you need to do it. You got to stop waiting. So many people are waiting. And I'm telling you right now, if you would have started 5 years ago, you know, things would be different now. You'd be done with school and you'd be on to the next chapter. Stop realizing that time's not going to stop for you, and you need to do it now. So if you can take away from anything from this, make sure that you take some time and actually start doing what you want to in life, and start focusing your time and determination on that. Please hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. I'm here to help you grow as an individual, as a business leader, as an entrepreneur. Thanks again for tuning in. My name's Jeremy Golden, and I appreciate you guys watching.